What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Triple Threat Theory podcast. We are here after another fantastic week of Monday Night Raw. It was the go-home Monday Night Raw before Money in the Bank. Still can't believe that Money in the Bank is happening right now. We now have know exactly who is in the men's and the women's qualifiers, or in the actual match after the qualifiers. We cannot wait to actually talk about this. I know some of us are like, what the heck just happened tonight? So we got a couple things we're going to talk about. We're going to do a nice little Raw recap. We're going to talk about Money in the Bank and what we can expect over the weekend. And we have to just say a tribute to our guy, Mr. R-Truth. We know that he is trending right now. Can you believe that he is no longer with the WWE after 15 to 20 years being a veteran and just being an absolute just over guy? Cannot believe he's gone. But we'll get there in a second. Fellas, how we doing? We got Abby, we got Tim in the house. How's everybody doing today?
Well, the Knicks lost, so we're not that well over here, but we're good. We're good.
The Thunder won over here, so we doing all right over here, baby.
It was unsettling to see Michael Cole in a Pacers jersey. So there's that.
Dude. That's when I thought he couldn't get any uglier.
To open up Raw, we had Pat McAfee win a bet against Michael Cole, and Michael Cole had to wear Pacers jersey, and they were in, like Tim said, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they got booed real bad. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they kind of asked for it.
That whole entire state, dude, is like Team Thunder. It doesn't matter if it's Tulsa or Oklahoma City. Like, Tulsa's going to root for OKC, just like they would for the Sooners, you know?
Well, it's Tulsa, it's Oklahoma City. What else is in Oklahoma?
Enid,
no
Ardmore.
offense to anyone from Oklahoma. You are lovely people. I'm sure you are.
We got
It's just
Stillwater.
like St. Louis. I mean, not St. Louis. It's like Missouri. You got St. Louis, Kansas City, because it's a hub. That's it.
Yep. It's funny.
What else? CM Punk kicked off Monday Night Raw with a promo.
Bro, he started off shouting out the Thunder too a little bit, which was kind of funny.
He did. He's like, I can. What did he say? I can hear the sound of thunder. I thought he was about to sing an Elevation song.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I thought you were going to go and start doing Imagine Dragons for a second there, but I mean, that's
yikes.
Is that, I got to ask Tim, you being a Thunder fan, do they play that? You just went to Game 5. Do they do that? Do they play that song since there's so much thunder in that?
If they do, it's probably like beforehand. There's a song they play sometimes. Thunderstruck. I think they play that one mostly, yeah.
Of course they play Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Of course they play.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good. I was just thinking thunder. Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder. Yeah, it's like but yeah, that was a great promo.
The best part about a Thunder game that they don't really show on TV ever is Rumble the Bison, the mascot. There's like this giant. I think it's probably before TV, so I don't think I've ever seen it on TV. But in the arena, there's like a giant, huge drum, and he walks over to it with these little like drumsticks, and he just goes and like starts like rumbling it a little bit, and then like everyone starts getting a little crazy, like, oh yeah, he started, here we go, and he just hits it once. He goes, he starts a slow clap with the drum for the entire arena in it. So then like it just becomes. So you have no excuse but to start the entire.
Cool.
You have no idea. I'm sorry. You have no excuse but to start with some high energy, because that's the first thing that happens before like the game even starts for everybody.
That's pretty sweet.
That's cool. That's cool.
And if there's a game 5,
yes, we know. Our guy is going back to. He went to the Western Conference Finals, and now it looks like if there's a Game 5, he will be in the building for the finals and possibly see a trophy for the first time for OKC. So, but yeah. So back to our viewers here for wrestling content. I mean, we were also basketball fans. We talked about that last week. We ended with a basketball conversation. So we just love sports, man. We love sports. I love what CM Punk did. I also. Man, you got to give it up for Sami Zayn. So he came in for that promo, And Sammy's just got this aura about pumping up a crowd. Like he's just good at that. Like pumping up like a crowd, being that baby face. You got to do this for us. We got to wreck the establishment. Like Seth Rollins cannot go and get that briefcase. Like you have to win this qualifying match. Like this whole thing, and pumping up CM Punk, and CM Punk's talking about like, yeah, I know it's about the money, but it's time for CM Punk to get some gold back around his waist and stuff like. So I mean, Tulsa's going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm like, man, yeah, I'd love to see CM Punk win Money in the Bank. That'd be kind of cool. And we'll get to the end results after that, because that only lasted as long as it did at the beginning of the night.
2 hours. That's it.
Yeah, that was it. That was great. Thanks, Sammy.
I mean, when CM Punk dropped that line about him and Cena, I was like,
"Yep,
this is money. This is money.
Oh yeah,
make it happen.
Please
make it happen.
Please make it happen."
And so I'm like, there's no way you can fumble that. You got a money-making main event right there. And I don't know how they're gonna get there, and it's annoying that there's no.
I have a feeling
direction.
We'll see a really good match between Logan, John, Cody, and Jay. Since there's no obvious like belts on the line, John and Logan didn't show like they could really work together very well during the promos last week too. So I have a feeling we could see them lose. But to help with that, how great would it be if CM Punk is the one that cost them the win? Because he's going to defend Jay. You know, I feel like Punk would defend Jay. Possibly even Cody, you know? And then that sets up John wanting to fight CM Punk.
Jay came out to help CM Punk tonight, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Okay. After Sammy,
he
though.
got packed up.
Yeah.
Got packed up.
Because Sammy came out first when
Sammy came out first with when they all came out, and at the very end when the match was already over.
And then
Jay came out.
out.
So a couple
it's not a far stretch, but to Kenan's point from last week, yeah, that, and we'll get to Money in the Bank. So keep going.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're good. Yeah. So you know, one thing that I was very happy about. So after that, you know, Liv was going out to the match. We had the triple threat last women's qualifying match, and Stephanie Vacure made her Raw debut. And I know that this is going to be up in the air for this discussion between the three of us, but there was no way they were going to have her lose that match. What I cannot believe is that there was no shenanigans in that match, and it was a straight up win.
Yeah.
Could not.
Well, that's what Ivy now was in the match to do. She was going to take the pin.
She was. I
just thought it was going to be Liv.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way.
As soon as Stephanie was announced to be in that match, I knew she was going to win. Like I was like, but I didn't sit well with it because I think they're strapping a rocket to her almost too soon.
That's true. Yeah. I see that.
And so that's why I don't like it. I love her and her work. I think she's being.
Oh, is that what the youngins are calling it nowadays? Her work?
Yes. And it was, I would say this, watching the match, I can't watch a match with Stephanie Vacure without Booker T.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Hey, Pat's trying.
I can't do it. He tried, but as soon as I was watching, she pulled off those, she pulled off the Devil's Kiss early in the match. And I was like, oh, she's doing it already?
On
and
Liv.
I listened, and I was like, it's not the same. On Liv, yeah. I was like, this is not the same.
What's funny
where's
about
Booker
it,
T? Where's Booker
What's
T?
funny about it is because of Booker, the whole crowd does that now when she does that move.
They did do it in the.
I hope they do it forever. I hope it's great.
Pat McAfee, he tried to do his own little rendition. He sounded more like Count Dracula from Sesame Street when he did it, but it was it was good. It was,
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, so kudos to you, Pat, for trying to keep. He even shouted out Booker T when he did. Yeah. When he was about to do it.
He did.
Like, he's like, "Where's Booker?" I was like, "Good for you, Pat McAfee, for doing that." So
that's pretty cool.
Honestly, the women's match is more stacked than the men's match.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's gonna be.
Like it's great. Like
I don't
Rhea,
think
Alexa, and what is it? Rhea, Alexa.
Roxanne.
I don't want to jump the gun, but we'll get there. But
Yeah, Rhea,
I think
Alexa,
it's more stacked than the men's.
Rhea, Alexa.
I'm actually looking forward more to that one than I am to the men's.
Yeah, because
especially
I don't think that
when we talk about the main event for today.
Yeah, I really don't think that the reason why I agree with you on that is because the women's match, I actually don't know if you can actually say if there's
it's
a defend like anybody can win that. Roxanne deserves it because she deserves a push because of how young she is. Alexa, that would be a great comeback. You got, Rhea, who's like trying to get her revenge to get her title back. You got now Julia and Stephanie Valkyrie, who's coming in from like New Japan and all these places that they've done, and like
it's pretty evenly split if you look at it too, because
pretty evenly.
You got three.
And Naomi's the big one. Naomi's the big one.
You got three vets technically: Naomi, Rhea, and Alexa.
Which is crazy to say that Rhea's a vet now.
Yeah, that's what. Then you got three literal call-ups. Like they just got called up this year.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
So Stephanie's going to Money in the Bank, and then after that we had, I think, a backstage segment, right?
We had a backstage segment.
Ooh,
I believe it was with AJ Styles.
I was
right.
So AJ
With
Styles.
Paul Heyman.
I was going to refer to
Yeah,
whenever Stephanie and Rhea Ripley shook hands in the back too.
Oh,
That was dude,
yes.
I saw some guy on I saw some dude on Instagram. He was like, "My wife meeting my girlfriend."
People are like losing their minds right now.
Dude, it's funny.
So
Internet is rough.
But yeah, so AJ had a pretty interesting segment with Paul Heyman, and basically Paul Heyman was just trying to swindle him to say, "Don't worry about Money in the Bank. It's a harder way of getting to the top. You need to worry about Dominic Mysterio and the Intercontinental Championship and all this stuff, and just leave the Money in the Bank and the World Heavyweight Championship up to Seth Rollins." And then AJ basically called him out on his bluff and said, like, "Hey, Paul, I've been around way too long. I know all that you do, and I know what you're trying to do is you're basically trying to threaten me, and I don't do well with threats." And it's like, you know what they say, like, everybody's got a plan until somebody gets punched in the mouth. And I loved it. And
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say that, but I'll take his word for it.
So it was just.
I think I've heard it in a movie somewhere.
Yeah. I've heard
Jason Statham said it.
Sounds like a Jason Statham. Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah, it was.
It sounds like he would have said.
It was at that Melissa McCarthy movie he was in, where she's the spy.
Spy.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what it's called, Spy.
That's so funny. So so that happened, and then Abby, what else happened tonight?
Then there was this is probably not in order, but you had a match with Raquel and Kairi Sane.
Yeah. Yes.
Which I believe Roxanne interfered. She did something. But Kairi Sane won.
She's trying.
No. She didn't interfere in that match. She interfered in the tag team match with Finn Balor and JD versus the War Raiders, and she interfered to have them win. Kairi Sane, I think, beat Raquel Rodriguez clean. So there might have been some interaction there. I don't remember. But then they're trying to rebuild Kairi Sane, and then try to also at the same time trying to insinuate some type of rift between Liv and Raquel. But so for story purposes. So we had that match. Kairi Sane beats Raquel. Then we had that tag match. New Day was sitting on the side on the commentary. JD and Finn beat War Raiders. Then you had a backstage segment with Liv Morgan's talking to Finn about, "I know what you're doing. You're trying to bring Roxanne in, make some disruption into the Judgment Day." So there's gonna be a fallout. There's gonna be a fallout.
My favorite part about that was it was like 5 feet away from everybody.
Also,
it was
you didn't see Carlito there either.
Oh yeah,
we
that's
wonder
true.
what is it. Wonder why. We're gonna get to that tonight. Yeah. We're gonna get when we talk about R-Truth. We're gonna get to that.
There was whatever, like Liv was talking to Finn, and then like as soon as like Liv walks away, like Dom goes, "Hey, what were you guys talking about?" I'm like, bro, you're 2 feet away from you. You're there talking about. I'm like, it wasn't like you guys were like not in like this little box of a room.
Backstage segments kill me, bro.
It was
Logic
so
gets thrown out the window. Bro.
Yep.
Then we had a Sheamus promo, which was pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the Rusev one was great. The Rusev's video promo.
They're getting a little better. They're getting better every week. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm loving it.
We had.
I'm a little over it, to be honest with you.
I want to say there was.
You're over Rusev already?
Just because,
I get what Tim's saying. I'm over the promos. Like,
yeah, it's a video every week.
Get him to do something.
It's a video every week.
That's what he's saying. Like, I'm over Rusev because he has to do something, but they only keep him with Tozawa to make him look strong. We're like, okay, you need to do something, bro. Like, go after the IC title or something.
It's coming. I think that he needs to have something. This Sheamus thing is interesting, so I'm excited about that. You know, got League of Nations recap.
Sure.
League of Nations. I think it'd be awesome to have Gunther and Rusev at some point.
Yeah. We also had another video promo that was Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch had a video promo, and
they also had a promo in the ring.
And we had a promo in the ring. She was very unnecessarily angry. Lyra, she's trying.
I don't know. Oh, Lyra was.
Lyra, yeah, she's trying. She's trying. So
I'll give her that. She is trying. She's trying to make. I think some of the stuff that she says is off the cuff. Trying to make a viral moment.
Yeah. Well, she's taking advantage of the fact that she's with. I don't blame her. She's with Becky Lynch right now, which was one of the top superstars of all time. Like when she was the man. I mean, she still is super over right now as a heel. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't blame her.
She's also in Happy Gilmore too.
Career.
Becky, right?
Wild. Yeah, Becky's in it. Nikki Bella's in it. MJF is in it. Super funny.
MJF too?
MJF is playing one of Happy Gilmore's sons. In the movie.
That's
crazy.
Hilarious. I didn't see the trailer yet. Is he in the trailer?
Dude, there's so many people in the trailer.
He's in a lot of the trailer.
It's wild.
That's crazy.
Bad Bunny is his caddy.
Dude,
this movie's ridiculous.
Dude, they show him in like the trailer, like start walking away, and he's like, "No, you gotta get the bag." And so he goes over and like gives like a bear hug and picks it up and starts running with it. He goes, "You know they got handles, right? Like little straps." It's like
there's a strap that you can like put on. Like it's so stupid.
Oh my god!
I can't wait for that movie to come out in July. It's gonna be great. So,
I think that was it. And then we had the main event.
I will say this. So we clearly we know who won the main event, which I am super shocked about it. I'm just gonna let Tim say who won.
El Grande Americano, who was the rightful choice of the match to win. Because like you guys tell me each and every week,
I literally turned off my TV.
Like you guys tell me each and every week, it's for the up and comer. You know what I mean? The Money in the Bank should go to an up and comer. Why would we give it? Why would we give it?
Use that against me.
Why would we give it to CM Punk, who is a seasoned veteran? I'm talking pepper and salt in the beard. Pepper and salt in the beard. We're gonna give him a freaking Money in the Bank? Nah, dude. We need, and I'm sure Chad Gable would agree with this.
I hate that you're right now. That's crazy.
Chad Gable would agree with this.
Why wasn't he in the match then?
No, Chad Gable's also a seasoned veteran.
AAA championship. He's worried about that AAA veteran
too. Okay.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. So if you think, let's talk about this real quick. So Stephanie Vakir and Chad El Grande Americano Gable.
Hang on.
Are fighting twice.
Are fighting twice that day.
Yo.
That's wild.
In Tim's world, El Grande Americano is only fighting once.
I'm done.
So, but in reality,
how tough is that going to be? Do you guys think?
This is what I want to
twice.
Happen. Yeah, he's fighting twice.
You want to know what I want to happen?
What?
Well,
This is what I want to happen. I want that AAA fight with Chad Gable. I want him to have like this crazy injury that happens to where whenever we see El Grande, we see the exact same scar on that guy. I have to know that it's the same
stop. What are you
dude. It's the same guy.
the helicopter?
It's the same guy. It's the same guy. Yes, yeah, I know.
It's both him and Stephanie are gonna. Oh my gosh! No, yeah, the main event wasn't that well. I didn't like it that much as far as the fighting goes.
It wasn't a good main event.
I knew that there was gonna be some shenanigans at the end, especially when Gunther's promo. Oh, we missed that. Gunther's promo with Jay in the locker room, which I think they wised up to have Jay and Gunther interactions in the backstage and not in the ring.
Yeah.
So that the people don't yeet throughout the whole thing.
That's actually really fair.
But still, it is fair because Gunther was able to get out what he wanted to say, which was really good. And literally, Jay's response was, what was it? 3 letters, one word, tap.
Yeah. I was like, dang, okay, Jay.
That's literally, that's all he said to Gunther. I'm like,
can I say a theory real quick? Can I say a theory real quick?
Of course, man. Welcome to the podcast.
That's what we're here for, man.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm about to say this right now.
Am I gonna be proud?
So we saw what happened to Jay at the end of that match, right? He got tsunami twice. He got tsunami twice, right? Got destroyed. We talk about the women's match, the Money in the Bank being a open thing. I think that I don't know if you guys feel it, but I see the Seth Rollins thing happening.
What's Seth Rollins?
Listen to what I'm about to say. Seth Rollins is going to win Money in the Bank. I'm just going to straight
Are we moving into Money in the Bank now?
We can move into there with us right here.
There's only 4 matches, so I think.
Yes, so we can segue into this real quick. I think Seth Rollins is going to win this match now because of this craziness and who's in it. When El Grande got in, I was like, crap. Seth Rollins is going to win this match. So listen to what I feel like is going to happen. We're very, very done with the Gunther Jay stuff that's been going on. They've fought each other 4 to 5 times, right? We're done with it.
Yeah.
Gunther's going.
They're going to fight on next week, Monday.
And so hear what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Gunther is going to destroy Jay, but Jay's going to win that match, and then Seth is going to freaking cash in Money in the Bank the Monday after Money in the Bank, and he's going to win that title. Gunther's going to destroy Jay, but Jay's going to come out winning. Because he's going to win, and he's going to Gunther, Jay, we done with it.
You think Jay will pin Gunther?
Yeah, he's going to win somehow. One of those two. He's going to survive Gunther. Get rid of this crazy 5-run match crap with him. And then here comes Seth Rollins and his goons. And they're going to finish the job, and they're going to win, and they're going to get that title.
I can see that happen.
What did Seth say at the very end there? He says, we got them exactly where we want them. Whenever he was talking to Breaker. What do you guys think he was referring to right there?
He did. That was before the match ended, though.
It's before the match ended?
No.
It was whenever CM Punk came out to help him.
No,
remember?
that was. Yeah, it was after the match ended then, so he had already lost.
So CM Punk already lost.
Oh, so what did he mean? Oh,
I don't know what he meant. But just think about it.
There is a clear winner, and it is Seth Rollins. It is. If CM Punk were to win tonight, I would have said he was the clear favorite. But there's no other person in that match that has a valuable story to win.
Nobody. Not El Grande.
Not even El Grande. Not even El Grande.
No, not even El Grande.
If
So
they put in El Grande, that is literally an Otis move. Literally. And
they're not going to give it to if our truth is getting let go at his age, they're not giving the Money in the Bank to LA Knight.
LA Knight's what, 50? 47? 48?
He's up there. He's been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else is in that match.
Oh dang, he's not that old.
We got Seth. We got
42.
El Grande.
Seth, El Grande, LA Knight,
Solo.
Solo. Jacob Fatu?
No, he didn't get in. Remember, he got. He got screwed. Who got in that match from that? He got screwed. Remember, he crashed out on Friday.
Oh yeah, it was because
he did crash out.
Solo.
So it's Solo, LA Knight, Penta, Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande.
Andrade. That's it.
I mean, it would be cool to see
Andrade,
Penta win it, but I don't know why Penta would win it if he were to win. You know what I mean?
I think they put Andrade in there for Penta.
Gotcha.
Put those two to kind of go at it a little bit.
They'll do some really cool stuff together.
No, they'll go do some ridiculous stuff in that match. But they're not. They're only there for that. They're only there for Flash. LA Knight is there for Hope. LA Knight is there for Hope.
The only three I could see realistically winning in order is Rollins, Knight, Solo.
Yep. But something's gonna happen with Solo. LA Knight, I really believe, is there to be the hope. He's the guy that's gonna go up on the ladder, and you think he's gonna win, and then he doesn't win. He's that guy. He's the one that everybody's popping for him to win.
He's Mustafa Ali.
Yes. Oh, that sucks. But he is Mustafa Ali. He is Mustafa Ali. It's like,
I have it in my hands.
It's like,
what is this music?
It's like, is it Brock Lesnar coming? No, it's Braun Breaker coming out to help Seth Rollins win the freaking Money in the Bank. That's what it is.
That would be wild to me.
Because we all know.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So who's your pick then? Kenny, you said your pick is. Your pick is Seth.
I said Seth.
Tim, who's your pick for the men's Money in the Bank? El Grande.
Dude,
please.
I would love nothing more than to see a young up-and-comer win the Money in the Bank who needs a push, you know what I mean? So
I love that you're using that against me. That's so awesome. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
No, here's the thing. I would love to see that happen, but I think realistically it makes a lot of sense for the story that we're watching unfold for Seth to get it. So I believe Seth should and will get it.
My dark horse is Andrade, but he has been nowhere near, other than his great match, his triple threat match.
I didn't even know he was even an option.
You forgot about him, right? Exactly.
I didn't even know he was an option.
Nah, man.
But no,
I think Ric Flair's going to come in and cause him. I think Ric Flair's going to come in and cost him the match.
Whoa, are you talking about because?
Okay. This is for my daughter.
Okay.
Woo!
Bro, can you imagine that would be hilarious. What you got, Abby?
Women's Money in the Bank. Who you got? You got you got Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vaquer.
This is a banger of a match. This could be
this
could be the match of the night.
They already announced that Cody, the tag team match, is gonna be the main event. Easily, this could have been the main event. Easily.
Yeah.
Especially for an event called Money in the Bank, it makes sense.
That's everyone's complaint about it.
I'm gonna just
complain is wait.
I'm gonna just jump in on this, and I'm gonna say
John Cena's ruining wrestling.
Oh yeah, dude. I think Stephanie Vaquer, there's an obvious push for her, but I think I would like to see Alexa Bliss win it, because I think if you have someone from Raw, if you have someone from Raw winning the men's, have someone from SmackDown win the women's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of. Didn't you point out that theory a couple weeks ago?
Yep. Yes, I did. That's
That
exactly what I
they
said.
always do a
Always
when
do
they
a
introduce the
flip.
women's
Like,
one, they always do the.
I don't think they've ever done like
I
a.
thought it wasn't brand. I thought it wasn't a brand thing. I thought it was a face heel thing.
Mm.
So if a face won the men's, then a heel won the women's. It's kind of the same theory I have for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Who won the women?
So
Okay, so the last Money in the Bank was Drew, and he screwed himself out of that on the same day because of CM
well,
Punk.
see my theory just falls flat on his face because Drew won last year, so did Tiffany, and technically they were both heels.
Technically, they were both heels at that time.
So
Yep.
my theory is wrong. Yeah, theory's wrong. Love
But
to be proved wrong.
realize that that the theory of one is on Raw, one is on SmackDown, that was alive from that. Tiffany was on
That one does
SmackDown,
work.
Drew was on Raw.
Was on Raw at the
That
time.
time.
Yeah,
He at that time he was
yeah.
on Raw. So yeah, I
Right.
think that
You're right.
Seth is the Raw representative, and then the only ones that can be for SmackDown is Julia, Alexa Bliss, and Naomi.
And Naomi.
And honestly, I like either Alexa or Naomi for this one because Naomi's
Those are
got. I could
Yeah.
see I could see Okay, so I guess I'm talking now. I could see. I like the Alexa Bliss call, but Naomi having that briefcase, holding on to that briefcase. If the men's one's not going to last that long, because if I think that Seth is actually going to cash it in that week, if Naomi holds on to this briefcase and somehow Bianca and Jade are fighting for a title at SummerSlam, and Naomi gets her revenge.
Yes.
Jade gets the title that on SummerSlam. Psych, I'm cashing it in on you, and I'm winning that title. And now we got a whole nother ball game going on. And think about that. Like, that'll be the first time that the whole thing was like all African American women. Like, I know that we had like the African American women main event, Sasha versus Bianca at WrestleMania.
Yeah. But they tore the house down. It was beautiful.
I mean, there could be 3 of them in this one if she comes in and cashes in on her at SummerSlam or something crazy that.
That's my story theory. It's like this would be epic if you can somehow. I think Bianca's hurt right now, so that sucks.
Yeah, her finger.
Yeah, you can't like really insert her into a title run right now. But if you can somehow between now and August, like get a title on one of them, Jade and Bianca, and then have a match, push a match, Jade Bianca, SummerSlam night 1, and you put the Money in the Bank on Naomi. Oh my gosh. Just the threat alone is gonna bring intrigue into that match. Like,
yeah,
does Naomi cash in? It's beautiful. So my pick is Naomi to win.
Naomi's a good choice because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, Alexa Bliss, if she got it, they'd have to build a story from there. And right now, there's not really much for her other than like she has like a great comeback right now. You know, that she came back at Royal Rumble. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Came back at Rumble, yeah.
I mean, I don't think she's got too much rivalry really going on with anybody. So
not really. She's just talking. No. She's talking to Tiffany, which is great. She's trying to let her know, like, you don't know who I am. I've been here, done that type of stuff. She's doing stuff with Charlotte. So she's having these interactions that are very interesting and kind of like being like letting us go, oh my gosh, let's see that.
Yeah.
But the Naomi story with Jade and Bianca is just, it's great, and I think they need to capitalize on that.
I'm gonna switch and say,
you know
Naomi
what? It probably doesn't even need to be. It probably doesn't even need to be Bianca. You just gotta have Jade.
It doesn't have to be.
You just gotta have Jade in the title match out of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And Jade wins, and she's champion for 4 minutes, and Naomi comes. Because technically, Jade has beat Naomi in every match they've had. And then for the title, and then if she has the Money in the Bank, if she wins, oh, what a revenge tour that's gonna be.
That story is probably a lot more appealing. And also, if you think about like how much money you think they spent to bring Jade Cargill over, why not invest in that?
She hasn't even been here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she hasn't even. She's been here 2 years, and has been hurt for like 9 months.
Dang.
Capitalize on this story that is heat. It's fire right now.
Yeah.
It really is. And I'm thankful that they brought Bianca.
And I'm
in.
giving
I
the
know
credit to Naomi. Naomi's keeping
Yeah.
this thing fire.
Yeah, it is her. She's the one. Like, think about what happened on Friday, this past Friday in Knoxville. So they brought Bianca in because that's her hometown, you know,
Yeah,
area.
she did.
She was bleeding orange, like in that suit that she was wearing.
Literally.
And then like when those two were in the ring and she said, "Look, I told you I was done with you. I'm telling you right now, I'm still done with you. Like you lost my trust." And the fact that Naomi can like sit there and just start like tears flowing. I mean, she
Beautiful.
is in this character and she is capitalizing on it. And then when she changes her look and she's looking at her with these dead eyes and like, I mean, this is such a great thing to see for Naomi, because I know her character is very like, oh, I'm all glowed up and I'm a good guy. Like this, she's a great heel. She is killing it as a heel.
She's doing a great job. I think she's doing a great job.
So I'm excited to see what they do with it. So yeah, so we talked about the
Then
two Money in the Bank match. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We got the
No, I was
two
just gonna
other
say,
matches.
like, we have the two other matches. Talk about those real quick. So we have Becky Lynch versus Lyra for the Women's Intercontinental Championship again. I think the results are going to be a little bit different this time, only because
Me too.
Of the whole, if I lose to you, I'm never going to go for that title again. I just don't see Becky losing this match because
She
of
said,
that whole stipulation.
let's remember this. She said, if I lose to you, I'll never go after you with that title again. It's very specific.
Yeah, as long as Valkyria is champion. If Lyra loses, she has to raise Lynch's hand.
Yep.
And acknowledge. I think what's the line is, you have to raise my hand and acknowledge I'm the better woman, or something like that.
Something
or
like that. Yeah.
I'm the best. That's tough. Seems very Cody Rhodes AEW-ish.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it works. It brings intrigue to the. Okay, pick is Becky Lynch wins.
I got Becky too.
I'm gonna go dark horse and
polarizing
say
theory.
Lyra.
Oh, here's my polarizing theory to back you up. Bailey interferes.
That was what we were talking. Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I hope that doesn't happen, because you can build more intrigue and also up the status of the Women's Intercontinental title if you do have Becky at SummerSlam. But Becky Bailey probably doesn't need a title, and it'll still draw eyes. But
I feel like if Becky Bailey,
for me, Becky wins. Yeah.
If Bailey does interfere, though, I feel like that's gonna make Lyra feel a little more irrelevant, though. As she wins,
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
If she, because then it's gonna be like, oh, cool, she's the champ, but then we got Bailey back. You know, we got Bailey and Becky Lynch going at it again. Like, yeah, screw you. Yeah, you go over there with that title that's only 2 years old. You know, have fun with that thing.
Exactly. You're right. That's true. It has to be a clean win for Lyra, or a clean loss, because anything else, or maybe not a clean loss, but anything else will definitely make her irrelevant. Yeah.
I gotta see Bailey versus Becky. Like, that's just gonna be such a great match. It's gonna be great for everybody. And Bailey's not hurt. I've been seeing her like on Instagram partying with like Natalia's birthday and doing all this other stuff.
She's like on the beach. Yeah.
It's like crazy. So it's crazy.
If we follow the theory of who's the last person standing on their go home show, I think Lyra was last standing, or unless they went into the back with Lyra like on top.
Yeah.
But Becky wins, Although the theory doesn't work, because the last man standing on the Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania was Seth Rollins, and he won. So brilliant. All right.
Yeah. So cool.
The main event is
event.
Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul and John Cena.
Which I think we've already talked about that too. Yeah,
we did. I like your theory, KB, about that this is a way to get Cody his pin back.
Yeah.
So my pick is Cody and Jey win.
Yeah.
I want to say that Cody and Jey win, and then either Gunther gets involved somehow to try to weaken Jey a little bit. Actually, now that I say that out loud, I don't think that's Gunther's style.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever. He's been a heel, but he's never been a guy to like go into somebody else's matches.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I ever seen him do that.
I don't think I've ever seen him do that before.
Yeah. So no, I take that theory back. That theory is invalid.
Tim,
no, but Cody and Jey win.
Yeah.
Cody and Jey win is my pick.
I think if there's interference, like we were talking about a little while ago, I think it would be CM Punk. So CM Punk costs the match for John and Logan, and then that would make it to where, if nothing else, we at least get like a match with CM Punk, because John's maybe mad and is like, let me take care of you myself, this, that, and the other. And then that also sets up, you know, let's say this Logan John thing doesn't really work out right away because of this. It's like a small thing. That could also introduce a future Logan and CM Punk type match down the road too, which would help Logan rise up even more, I feel. So I like the idea of CM Punk.
I thought you were going to say Logan. We might even get, which probably sucks, but we might even get, actually, no, it really doesn't suck. It just sucks that it'll take the spot of someone else that probably deserves more of that match spotlight. Yeah. You might get a Logan Paul versus John Cena at some point before the year ends, because that little exchange for them on SmackDown, that was odd. It was like
whenever he like hit his shoulder, and he was like,
partners for one.
Yeah, like, bro, come on, like, yeah.
Because John was gonna leave, and Logan was like, "No, come back." I was like, yeah, "It's only been one day, and you guys are already fighting. This is crazy."
Yeah,
and Cody and Jey have been tag team champions before, so.
The crazy thing would be if like one day we see Jey and Cody turn on each other, or somebody turns on the other. You know what I mean? Like, imagine that.
I'm ready for the Cody heel turn. I'm ready for a Cody heel turn, man. I can't wait. Cody's gonna be great with it.
Which heel turn comes first? The Cody one or the Jey one?
Well, you think there's gonna be a Jey one?
I think somewhere down the line, but I think Cody first.
If we go on your theory, he won't have the title for long. But let's say, for theory's sake, he does hold on to that for a little bit. Would it be beneficial for him to go heel?
No, I think that it's more beneficial for Cody to go heel, because we've just already went through the era of Cody being a babyface world champion. We need to see him get that time. I want to see. It's going to be one of the. Now we're going into crazy deep waters. I really believe the only way Cody can get that title back is that he's going to have to dig deep into something that that people don't want him to do, and that is to be a heel.
His Homelander.
Cody.
It's literally John Cena telling him, like, you have to do something in order to get this title that you don't feel comfortable doing. Like, egging him on, like, you have to go a dark route to be able to get this title off of me. And
I think
we saw the hints at WrestleMania, and like, just
we might see some hints on Saturday.
We see this aggression that's coming out like from Cody when he's talking and all this other stuff, which he had a crazy good line. Did you catch it on Friday? Did you catch what he said? He said, so Logan.
Oh, the Peacemaker one, right?
Yeah, the Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny, dude.
Tim, I was gonna say, I didn't know, Tim, if you saw that, but that was hilarious. Like, what are y'all arguing about?
What are you gonna do?
We going back there and polish his Peacemaker? I was like, no way he said that.
It was awesome.
Great line. What were you gonna say, Tim? You said it looked like you had something.
I was thinking to myself, we were talking about who would go heel first, Cody or Jey, and I believe that it would be Cody, because Jey right now, with how like involved he is with how how babyface he is, especially with like the kids, that would be almost devastating for like a lot of like that young fan base for Jay to become like a bad guy. 'Cause, I mean, you're seeing Jay come down and he's usually like, you know, grabbing a kid and like eating with the kid, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's not going to go away for a little bit. So I think we would probably see Cody first.
They're
sure.
both super over. I mean, even when Cody came back, he's still signing autographs at that front row, doing his woes. You got two super
over,
super hot baby faces there, and you can put them both at the top of your respective brands. But you can put them at both of your different brands. But that doesn't mean like Jay can be super over and not have the title.
Yeah.
Because right now, I don't know who I said this to. I said it to somebody. Right now, the yeeting, which is fine. I love seeing the kids doing it in the crowds in the stadiums.
Yeah.
Repeat, encore, all that stuff is overshadowing the world heavyweight title. Like sometimes you can forget.
Yeah.
He's the heavyweight champion. Because he's yeeting.
And so he does need the title.
He's super over
to make him the Yeet Meister, you know.
He's still gonna sell his merchandise, all that stuff. He's gonna have a great run with it. You know how long he has it? 2 months now? 3 months? April.
It was April.
A month and a
half. WrestleMania, right?
Month and a half. Yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Month and a half.
So Kenyn is calling that he loses next week. Okay.
That's a fair one, yeah.
It is fair.
I want to throw this out there.
I had money on SummerSlam. He would lose at SummerSlam, but I wouldn't be surprised, and it would actually be a welcome surprise if he lost before that. So
okay. I have this. I'm not necessarily about Jay right now, but like I want to kind of look into the future for a minute here. I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna name this theory so that way I can call back to it later on if I need to. So John Cena's going through his, you know, it's called like a bucket list of people he's like fighting before he retires. You know what I mean? Like he's fighting all these big name people. He fought Randy last. You know, he's getting ready to come back in here with Cody again. I feel like Punk is down the line as well. You gotta think of all these other people that are probably gonna be in there. Imagine John gets in there and gets all these people. John's also kind of building like these partnerships with these heels. Logan Paul, for example. What if somehow CM Punk is a part of that? Not CM Punk. I'm sorry. Oh. Seth Rollins is a part of that. He's got like his little team of guys.
Okay.
Because maybe Seth is like working as almost like an executive underneath, like, you know, John for all that. I don't know. I'm my brain's kind of, you know, going everywhere right now. But what if like WrestleMania or like John's last event? I'm sorry, not WrestleMania. John's last event, there's like a freaking like Cody Rhodes calls the Avengers in, and there's like this just massive like match of everybody fighting to help each other out, the heels versus like the baby faces. Like how crazy would that be at some point at the end of the year?
Hey, let's list them, because I think you might be onto something, because I heard another dude talk about how he's pretty sure Cody's gonna win the title back at SummerSlam.
Okay.
So
SummerSlam
could be a day. SummerSlam could be an event where you can do that Avengers Endgame thing. How many heels does Cena have right now, or that he could call? It might be a repeat of WrestleMania 40 then, because
I was gonna say
literally what happened.
The Endgame thing happened in 40.
Yeah.
So
because you had it was literally Endgame-ish too. It was. Who came out first? Was it Solo? I think Solo came out first. Then John. Then The Rock.
Sorry. Jimmy, then Jay. Solo,
yes. Jimmy,
then John.
Jay, Solo, John, Rock, Undertaker.
Yeah. Yep. Seth.
No, Seth. Seth was
then Undertaker.
Seth, then Undertaker. Yes.
Yeah. Because Rock was looking for him in the ring. Seth came in, then he got super punched, and then
Although I would say that Avengers Endgame-ish look-alike was one-on-one. It was like, I came out to attack you. But you know what
Well,
I'm
yeah,
thinking when Tim describes what he's seen, like the Kenny, you'll know. It's like you remember Stone Cold days when there's like 80 people in the ring and they're just all
and then the
fighting
Stone
each
Cold
other.
pop happened, and then he
And
just
then a
clears out the
Stone
whole ring.
When
that
is
happened with the Mankind win?
When is War Games?
That's
typically?
what I think of.
War Games,
It's
that's a
in
whole.
November.
That's in November. If they do War Games, I didn't know if they are going to do
War,
it or not.
literally.
It might just be a regular Survivor Series.
You could do it there. A War Games would literally work.
Put the crap in the middle.
A team
make
Cena
it
versus
clap,
Team
dude.
Cody.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, make it clap. That's crazy.
So, hey guys, we're basically at the end of the night, and so I'd be very stupid and remorse if I didn't bring up the biggest news of the week so far. Happened on Sunday. It felt like we saw somebody die when we got the notice. Me and Tim were actually in the same room when this happened, but on a Sunday, while we were, doing our thing, we found out that R-Truth, he said he got released. I'm going to put it as his contract is expired, and they did not re-sign him. And I couldn't believe it, because it's like
it's shameful.
He just got done doing a promo on Instagram for WWE about Saudi Arabia. Literally 2 days before this, he just got done with a massive match with John Cena. Now I'm looking back at it, it's like, was that his swan song? Like, hey, you're gonna get this match, like with the guy. I don't know what it is, but we've gotten to the point now. There's other names that are starting to pop up that we're a little concerned about. Carlito is one of them. I know Carlito came in just to kind of do his thing a little bit. I mean, he really hasn't really wrestled anything at all. He's just been with the Judgment Day, but he's been the comic relief for the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And he's been getting some pretty good reactions from the crowds and stuff like that. The biggest one that I think is taking this very, very hard is The Miz, and I think The Miz actually might be somebody who is looking at possibly leaving when his contract's up as well. Apparently he stopped. This is just, I don't know if it's rumor or what, but he is no longer following WWE on social media, and his stuff about him being a WWE superstar is not in his bio anymore. I'm talking about The Miz right now, and all this happened like 24 hours after what happened to R-Truth. So it's like, what is actually going down right now? And here's what I think. Triple H, I don't know if you're going to watch this, but I just got to call you out. Triple H, we know this ain't you. We know this is TKO. We know that you may be the creative guy, but you're also probably not the guy that's making the call to say who stays and who has to leave and who gets to stay. And that's what sucks about this, because
I'm sure on some level he can. I mean, I don't know how much stoppage power he has, but he can. No, I need him.
Can I say something? Let me say something about that.
Find a cut somewhere else.
There's a man who probably fought for the loyalty of who is R-Truth, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say the Voldemort name. Vince McMahon, I believe, fought for R-Truth to be on that roster for as long as he was, because he knew how entertaining R-Truth was and how much of a sell he was, and he got R-Truth.
Vince valued comedy, like
yes,
which is
Vince valued comedy, and he valued. Oh, I'm going to say the word. He valued entertainment. WWE entertainment, and he was, and R-Truth can wrestle, and but he can freaking entertain better than he can wrestle, and he's a pretty good wrestler for the age that he's at. And what's crazy about this whole thing is that I was watching shout out to Busted Open podcast. I was watching them this morning or this afternoon or whatever, and they had a good point. Mark Henry was talking about how, like, why didn't they just ask him if he needed, I mean, maybe they did ask him if he could do like a legend contract and it was like less money, like less money. Apparently Mark Henry said some stupid stat. Mark Henry was so loyal about staying with the WWE when they said like, "Hey, we want you to stay, but we're not willing to pay you so much." He took a 40% cut to stay
Damn.
with WWE.
I didn't know that.
Mark Henry took a
Is
40.
he
He could
still
have made
signed
more.
with AEW?
He's not. He's not with AEW. He's not with
Okay.
anybody. But the thing is like Mark Henry, this in this 40% cut happened during the war, WCW versus WWE.
Oh, this was in the.
He could have made like buku money because WCW wanted him, but he wanted to stay with WWE. And then Bubba Ray Dudley said the same thing. Bubba Ray Dudley, that's the reason why they left WWE and went back to like ECW and did that whole thing, and then went to TNA, is because they're like, we love you guys, we're not willing to pay you what you're paying you. Are you willing to take like this cut? And Bubba and Devon said no, and they left. But
when you find out what, like, there's a story about The Rock in the early 2000s or 99 or something like that, when he was up for a contract and he found out what Stone Cold was making. I think Stone Cold was making $2 million.
Yep.
And The Rock was like making less than $1 million, something like that. And his contract was up, and he went up to Vince and was like, Vince said, "Give me a number." And he was like, "I don't want to." I mean, the Rock is conscious. Back then, he knew, he was like, "Okay, I don't want to make more than the top guy, but I think I'm worth that." So I was like, "Just give me that." And then the Vince came back and gave him 15 million. At least that's what The Rock says. I don't know the validity of the story.
The Rock could be very embellishing, but I kind of
to that
him.
point, it's like you have these top guys that make that money, and to be fair, do less dates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you're asking people who do 48 to 50 weeks a year, hey, we can't pay you this much.
Yeah.
But this guy's doing 30 dates, less than 30 dates, and getting. Now, granted, they deserve it.
Yeah,
they do, because they.
Yeah, The Rock.
Those people they like Roman Reigns can do 20 dates a year and get paid what he gets paid because he brings in more. He brings in money.
Yeah.
He's box office.
Yep.
R-Truth, was he box office? Probably not. But when he showed up on your screen, bro, it was, you smiled. Like, you smiled.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about this?
Great was gonna.
Until the listen to this. Until the Logan Paul thing happened. So back to the whole John Cena Logan Paul thing. Logan's in there to get them to get booed. Like, Logan is in there to get John Cena to get booed. But you want to know who got booed? You want to know who got John Cena booed? R-Truth got John Cena booed, because R-Truth got a massive stupid pop because he is that freaking over with his gimmick that he's got.
Part of me thought this was story, like John Cena orchestrated for R-Truth to be released, until the other releases started getting rumored, like the Carlito one. There was another one, Valhalla, got released, or not released, but didn't get renewed. Because I think WWE is trying to say, "Oh, we didn't release them."
No, we didn't
re-sign
them. Yeah, we didn't re-sign them.
No one got fired. We just didn't renew. There's a Carlito one. Apparently, like you said, there was the Miz deleting a bunch of stuff. Apparently, also Gunther took stuff off of his Twitter.
I will say to your credit, Ken, what you were saying earlier.
Go Tim.
The Miz, as far as Instagram goes, everything's still the same, and he's following WWE still. I just looked at it, so.
Okay. You said it's like X or Twitter that happened?
I didn't check that, but as far as Instagram goes, it still says WWE stuff on there.
I will say this now with the Gunther thing. That makes me feel like, is this like a statement to try to get Truth back? I wonder if that's what it is, because Truth is loved in the locker room. Are they making a statement?
Yeah.
Is this a statement being made? Because Truth was loved in the locker room and by fans and by, everybody freaking loved R-Truth. Like, Mark Henry on that podcast that Busted Open said like, of course they wouldn't do that because they're not going to do like this tribute to R-Truth and admit that they let like some loved guy go. But like they said, if in a crazy world where they said like, hey, we want to give R-Truth his flowers for all he's done for the company, Mark Henry said that he would, in a drop of a dime, like he would send in a video to give like a tribute to R-Truth. Like he would tell his wife like, hey, give me 5 minutes, I need to do this video. Like he loves R-Truth that much. Like people love R-Truth that much. People who's worked with R-Truth. He like that's why this is so shocking, is because, and here's another thing, guys. Did you notice this? Tim, go to John Cena's Instagram and tell me what his last post was, because he does all of these like very
random,
big like these random things.
Yeah,
he's a heel, remember, and he just fought R-Truth
21 hours ago.
Last post he put up. Do you see that?
Is R-Truth.
It's R-Truth. So don't tell me that the wrestling company, like the superstars, are not trying to tell everybody y'all messed up.
Everyone's put in the comments.
John Cena freaking said it.
Everyone's saying something in the comments like chant R-Truth on Raw button. Today on Raw, everyone will be shouting for his name to return. Did they? I didn't even
They chanted R-Truth.
They did.
Dang,
they chanted R-Truth during the promo, during the Punk Zayn promo. I think they were saying, we want truth.
We want truth. Yeah, we want truth was what they were saying.
Dang.
It's it's wild.
So it doesn't look like The Miz is following the WWE on Twitter, but he's still following Triple H.
Triple H.
This is not Triple H's doing. This is TKO. TKO is doing this crap.
I feel like TKO's got to be doing this in a selfish way because honestly, the WWE doesn't seem like it's hurting. You know what I mean?
So number one thing that's trending on Twitter right now is WWE RAW. Trending with it is these three things. Y'all ready? El Grande Americano, Money in the Bank, and hashtag We Want Truth is trending right now.
Dang.
So I'm just saying, man, truth, bro. He's got to find his way back. He's got to find his way back. Hey, so we don't stay here all day. I don't know if you have one. I do. Let's end this night by giving R-Truth his flowers. Can you guys think of one moment with R-Truth that you would say like is like, man, R-Truth really got me going on that with what he did? Is there a moment that you could think of that R-Truth was just like, this is incredible?
So
I've got two.
I have two.
But
okay,
cool.
I have two.
Go,
one of them is probably going to be the same.
Let's see.
My first one is when he returned. It was at a Survivor Series. They were doing a Cheez-It promo, I think. And he was like, one of the dudes dropped something. I think it was Alpha Academy when they were still Alpha Academy.
Yeah. It was
and
Otis
then like R-Truth just pops up, smiling. It's like his first time on TV in months or something. And he just stole the show. It was just so beautiful. Like I popped.
Was huge.
Not gonna lie, like I popped. And so that was one of my favorites. But my real favorite one is him interrupting Brock Lesnar.
That's the one. That's one of them for me.
Him interrupting Brock Lesnar with the 24/7 championship and saying, and I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to throw you over the top rope. Paul Heyman.
And he made Brock crack. So that's the best part, is he made him crack.
That's so funny.
He made Brock Lesnar crack on TV.
Paul Heyman. It was beautiful.
He's like,
honorable mention is probably your other second one, is him going into, I'm not gonna say it because it's probably your favorite.
Okay. You're probably. I think you're about to say mine. Tim,
I
you
didn't
got
want to
one.
say it.
Tim, I'll let you go. Tim, what do you got?
I've got two. Mine is more recent. Obviously his match against John Cena. I think that was just such a cool thing to see actually happen. I was a fan of it. That's more like my honorable mention. My favorite R-Truth moment, I believe, is whenever he entered the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, yes.
He comes out, oh man.
Who
That
did
was
he
so
get
funny.
eliminated? That was off
It was
because they got
gold.
distracted by it. Who got eliminated
Oh
by
man,
it?
I don't remember who that was.
Somebody
I
got
remember I was
so ticked
cracking
off
up.
at him because they got distracted about that whole thing. Like, oh my gosh. I think it was she just got let go. It was Valhalla or whatever.
Oh, was it? That's
Really?
Yeah, I think it was like freaking out. Like she was in there for like 5
That makes it even
seconds.
more funny.
So like they both so um so I did like the Brock Lesnar one. I did there was a moment where he got Roman Reigns to crack too, and I forgot what it was that he did.
I saw it recently. I forget
Oh my
too.
gosh, I forgot what he said. It was like I think it was about something, and he's like, he's not even in the match, and like Roman's just sitting there just cracking over the background, like just like. But I think you're about to allude to it. But here comes the Royal Rumble. It's always the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble, R-Truth, this music hits, and this Joker with like 15 people in the ring goes underneath the ring, grabs a ladder, puts it in the middle of the ring, goes all the way to the top, and does one of these. And then he looks at the camera, goes, "Where's the briefcase?" And he thought it was the Money in the Bank match.
It was awesome. It was It was great.
And people lost their minds and was going. I mean, people were on their feet. They were just like, "This is great. This is amazing." Like, absolutely incredible.
It was awesome. That was one of my favorites too.
I do got
my
ask
other
a
one
question,
is
though.
when my other one was when he for like weeks was confusing Tommaso Ciampa and DIY as DX. They were like, "Hey Triple H, hey Shawn Michaels."
I can see right through you. I can see right through you, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
What about when he got? Like, I guess we're just gonna say a bunch of them. What about when he like? There's a couple of them. One of them for me was like when he was with thought he was with the Judgment Day, and
hold the title.
And like, well, the title thing was the title when he won a title, he came like popped up. That was hilarious. But like, just the whole fact that he was making all this money off of that merch, which WWE, he was making money off of stupid merch he was making, putting his name on stuff.
It was working, man.
And so, wait, I just thought of something. Wait, that ties together. So the Judgment Day, he had these merch things where he had his name on it. He was making all this money, giving it to Finn, and Finn was like, I mean, if you're going to give me all this money, I'm just going to let you think you're in the Judgment Day. Damian Priest was ticked off and so annoyed by it and all this stuff. But now, since I put it together, his Judgment Day shirts with the tape-looking thing with his name on it, it was the same tape he did with the John Cena, Ron Cena shirt. Oh, yeah. The same tape.
Oh, my God.
It's the same
Ron Cena
thing.
Is crazy,
oh my gosh, dude, he's a genius. He's a comical, creative genius. Why did they let this Joker go, dude?
What if he gets hired like with
away?
creative? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Oh my, my gosh.
I saw a post that said AEW has a chance to do the most amazing thing, and sign R-Truth, and just have him like in the back, lost and confused.
Oh yeah, being like, it'd be funny if he was saying,
"Where's
like,
John Cena?"
And then him go up to go up to ex WWE guys and be like, "Hey, I know you."
you go up to ex WWE guys, you go to Tony Khan and be like, "Man, like, don't you got a brother that like work like wait a second, you ain't the game? Like, who are you?"
Oh my
like
God.
freaking out, like just say it all, like, and just making money doing that. I really hope that he gets, if they want to save this whole thing, bring him back to TNA.
I still think it's a work, by the way. Still think it's a work.
You don't think it's like for real?
I think there's something behind it. You can't hype him up. I don't know. I don't remember anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember any time where someone was such in what is a high profile match and then was let go the next week.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that comes to mind was there was a time where at the beginning of the year, not this year, a couple years ago, Triple H announced that a former WWE champion was going to come on Monday Night Raw. Was going to be returning on Monday Night Raw. That's how they hyped it up. A former WWE champion was coming. And everyone was like, it's going to be The Rock. It's going to be The Rock. It's going to be The Rock. And it was Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
And he comes out, cuts a promo, obviously to have The Rock interrupt him. Now, they had that moment. And then like 3 weeks later, he gets released. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. But that's like the closest
that guy. He didn't have
the closest thing I could think of. Yeah, he was.
Because people still remember that they gave him the freaking title. People still remember
that. It was an Indian push. They wanted to get into the Indian market.
He had
Vince was a money guy too.
He had a fire intro though. His intro was fire.
His song was pretty dope too. I was
just like, man, it was.
He had a good physique, though.
It was.
He did his title one was pretty good. They made the right decision putting the title on AJ for that Brock Lesnar fight, but he had a good run. I'm not gonna. I think he beat Randy Orton. Yeah, that's who he was. He beat Randy
Orton.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Randy Orton. Could not believe he beat Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Did he? Where did he beat Randy Orton at? Please tell me, because Randy's got
a
bad
backlash.
reputation about.
It was at a Backlash pay-per-view.
That's what I was about to say.
So that was the storyline where Randy was tag teams with Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt won the title the month after Randy won the Royal Rumble. And then he fought Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania and won. And then a month later, lost it to Jinder Mahal. That was when WWE was going downhill.
Yo, it was so bad.
This is random, but did you guys see that video I sent you guys on Instagram earlier of the guy interviewing like New York's Knicks fans on the street?
Before or after the loss?
It was like today, whenever I sent it to you. So this guy asked this like random Knicks fan, who's probably a bandwagon fan. I'm assuming that's what it is. He goes, who's your favorite Knick of all time between Randy Orton and Tyler Hero? And she goes, oh man, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I saw that. Randy Orton's the GOAT in Knicks history.
Yeah. You imagine RKO dunk?
That's hilarious.
Dude, like the alley-oop and then the RKO of the ball into the hoop. That would be so fun.
My God.
Can you imagine, bro? RKO the ball into the net. That's crazy.
Did you guys see that Money in the Bank got moved to the end of the year? Next year. It's going to be in the SummerSlam month. It's going to be in August. End of August. End of August. So SummerSlam happens and they're doing the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, they needed to give something to New Orleans for taking away WrestleMania.
Let's talk about that for 1 second. Did you all see the Triple H thing?
Which one?
Was that not him or not? Was that not him talking, or what was that? Was that not a scripted TKO thing?
Oh, for sure. So the rumors are that TKO loved having WrestleMania at Vegas so much
because all
they wanted to run it back in Vegas. Yeah,
and and TKO is stationed in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the UFC's there too.
They wanted to run it back in Vegas. Yeah.
They want it back in Vegas. They better not make it happen twice in a row. 2 WrestleManias in a row. That would be
the last time it happened in two places in a row was, I want to say, with 7 and 8 or 6 and 7 when it happened in Atlantic City at the Trump Tower. Trump was an early investor in WrestleMania. Politics aside.
No way.
I think we covered a lot, guys. We covered a lot. We covered
5 and 6. 5 and 6. Man, you are on it, bro. You are on it, bro. That was close as all get. Yeah, 5 and 6, Atlanta City.
I can't take too much credit because I did watch that WrestleMania 9 documentary. and so they went through 1 through 8 first, and then there's a documentary on Peacock about WrestleMania 9 and how horrible it was.
All right.
It was terrible.
Because Hogan pulled rank.
Where was that located at?
Vegas.
Vegas. Caesar's Palace parking lot. That's how bad it was. They did it in a parking lot at Caesar's
They didn't get
Palace.
a building. They did WrestleMania outside?
Nope.
They did WrestleMania outside parking lot.
God.
And Hulk Hogan with his stupid black eye comes in and
The black that he got in a boating accident or jet ski accident.
He gets that title. He does one of these.
What was he, jousting? What the heck was he doing?
We don't know.
Apparently, he got into a fight with who was it? Was it Bret? Not Bret Hart. Somebody. Somebody punched him in the face.
Yeah, people don't like Hogan, man. No one's really liked Hogan.
Yeah, he's kind of had a bad
anymore.
couple last years too.
I won't call. Yeah, he has. I won't call Becky Hogan like some of these people call her. I ain't gonna do that. She's put over pretty well.
I don't know what all he's done, but I won't hate it on Hogan too much. Just because, like, after Hurricane Ian, like, he sent his staff and, like, a bunch of items to, like, come help us out whenever, like, we were kind of rebuilding in the area down in Florida. So,
yeah,
that's
obviously, he loves Florida.
That obviously means something.
Yeah, he definitely loves Florida. I know that he's definitely, come back with, like, his faith and stuff like that. But it's just, like, some of these choices, like, with the company is just wild. Like, I'm talking about Hogan in WWF, WWE. This guy would not put anybody over. Hence the reason why Shawn Michaels did what he did in that SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, oversold.
He oversold the snot out of that and annoyed everybody. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody sell like that. Like, if you want to, like, Shawn Michaels went back to being like got back to being a prick. Because he was that ticked off at what they were trying to do.
Long story short, Hogan wouldn't take the pin for Shawn, so Shawn was like, okay, and just oversold everything, every kick, every punch, every throw.
Like,
it was better than what Jeff Jarrett did in WCW when he wouldn't take the pin. When Jeff Jarrett just
played dead,
laid there.
Bro, I'm looking at it. This stuff's crazy.
I think
bad.
Oh, you're watching it?
Oh, this, yeah. That's the one. That's the one. Please.
I'm gonna leave it here. I can watch it in reverse. Oh my god! He backed.
And then
he was.
This one extra. Oh, this one right here, he gets back up.
Why is he bleeding so much? That freeze frame for a second where he was just like,
dude, he said, oh, you want to put Hogan over? Fine, I'll put him over for you. I was like, golly, dude. That was what, 2000, like, what, 2003, 2005?
Yeah, must have been 3 years. No.
It was around the time that it might have been like
5 or 6. Because
5,
I think
6 or 7.
02 was Hogan Rock.
Yeah, so he was around. He was still around for a little bit when he went back to the yellow.
Yes.
So it had to be 3 or 4 or something like that. What did it say?
3 or 4
what did it say? SummerSlam. What year was that? Did it say, Tim? Do you see it?
Let me go back to it. I closed out my YouTube app.
2005.
2005. Okay.
It was 5. Okay, that's it. Yep.
So like, so that was around the time. So yeah, because Shawn Michaels came back a year or 2 before that. He had his comeback at a SummerSlam.
He came back
against Triple H in the street fight, in the unsanctioned fight.
He had come back before that because he came back during the NWO storyline.
Yeah, but he didn't have his first match back. Was
his first match was SummerSlam. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and then he was like, "What the hey?" He won the first Elimination Chamber for the title.
He did win it for the title. Yes.
Yeah, because JR had that sweet call. Shawn Michaels. And I was just like, oh man, loved it.
I don't know. I don't think they'll ever be. JR was just so cold behind that mic. So great.
Yeah.
I loved some JR.
Stop
man.
the damn
Loved
man.
JR.
Oh,
He said,
it's gonna be a slobber knocker.
always calling he's like, here comes Stephanie McMahon, and that Jezebel woman coming.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Called her the
Oh, God.
Jezebel woman all the time. It's that dang Triple H. Why, Triple H? Why? Dang
Why?
you! Straight to hell. Why?
Oh,
It's like, you and
the
that
Rock can't even get
Jezebel.
up.
You and that Jezebel woman.
Dude, I was watching just some old videos
Dude.
recently. One of my favorite pops, I think, in like probably a little bit of like old. I don't want to say too old. It's not that old in comparison. Triple H, whenever he returned after being hurt in Madison Square Garden, he just walked out to cut a
Madison Square
promo.
Garden.
One of the best returns of all time.
It's beautiful, man.
I watched
That
it,
makes
man.
you
I was
love
like,
wrestling.
tearing up watching. I was like, man, this is beautiful. Because like I would listen to a podcast,
it
and he
was
was like, I was listening to him on the Andrew Schultz Flagrant podcast. Did you guys listen to that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
First of all, that's a hilarious.
I listened to
podcast.
Flagrant. Yeah. No,
So-
they're great. I love them.
So apparently, I also learned that the whole thing with Logan Paul and Andrew was not set up, and Andrew had no idea. Like Andrew thought that they just moved because Logan had them move Andrew Schultz to where he was sitting, because originally he was sitting behind Pat McAfee and Michael Cole and everybody over there, and then Andrew's like okay, like oh hey guys, they're moving our seats over to this other seat, and so Andrew was saying on the podcast, he's like, yeah, it's because they know they got a lister over here now. They want to move him to the better seats. Okay. Then he comes to find out Triple H had no word, no say in that happening. Logan had them do it. And then that's why Logan did the thing. And then Andrew was like, and you punks, he's talking to his friends. He's like, you punks didn't even come out there and try to help me. And they were like, bro, we thought like you knew what you were doing. He's like,
oh my god.
it was pretty funny.
He didn't know. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Triple H.
He should have brought up that. He should have brought up that Pat McAfee's friends came in to help him.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Where
He
were
might
you
have,
at?
I don't
I
remember,
think he
yeah.
had like an army.
But yeah, then,
the Triple H thing with that whole Madison Square Garden, he even talked about how he had doubt.
he
about,
was
like, if people would care.
Yeah, he said that he was like nervous and he was like
Yeah, it was-
anxious and everything backstage because he was coming back with a return. Whenever like the last time they saw him, he was a heel, so they were like, they're not gonna
Yeah.
care about me, coming back as like a heel return or whatever. And then
Bro,
what was it? They said
polar opposite.
what was it? He said something else. It was like Stone Cold was like the guy like at the time, and Stone Cold came back there right before
Mhm.
he was about to walk out, and he goes, "Hey man, like how you feeling?" He's like, dude, I don't know, man. I'm anxious. Like, I feel like I'm about to hear crickets. And he goes, bro, they've already been chanting, "Where's Triple H?" Like Triple H, Triple H. They got signs out there, dude. You're gonna blow the freaking roof off this place. And like, then he just like calmed down and put his game face on. He went up there, and then he freaking had one of the craziest pop returns of all time.
I love hearing Triple H
You
talk
can see it in
about-
his face too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love Triple H talking about like if you guys haven't man, I love that. So Stephanie's Places, man, kudos to ESPN, Stephanie's Places. It's been great. Every episode has been awesome. We ended up with the last 10th episode being with John Cena in his gym, and it was really, really good to hear that. But the one that they did where was Stephanie interviewing her husband, Triple H, and talk about like his near-death experience, talk about that. They talked about this part with the MSG, and he says that, the spitting of the water and then like all the stuff that actually adds up to like the way he walks out. They talked about how like Pat Patterson and some other people told him like to breathe, like keep your head, like, so the whole him waiting for his music to go and then he goes out, like him sitting there at the Titantron waiting for him, like when it's like just like all the lights and he's just looking down, he's putting water on his head and doing all this, it's for him to just be in the moment. He's breathing, he's kind of trying to get into like I need to take in all of so that's the reason why he was so good is because he took in every moment, every arena, all of that, and he said that moment at MSG was what propelled him to be the game was that moment right there. Like the promo with JR where he said I am the effing game is what made him say like I'm the game, and that's where like the music and all that happened. But like yeah, it was just incredible to know that like I mean that moment established him as like he is the heel. And there is
that was iconic.
Like, yeah.
It was iconic. It's definitely a top 10 moment for me at the MSG for sure.
Yeah. Crazy moment. Crazy.
Not a lot of Knicks moments, but
cool. All right, guys. Well, man, what a night. We got one more. We got SmackDown coming up. Don't know if y'all gonna be watching it, but I'm gonna try to watch. I mean, I got some things going on Saturday. But I'm going to try to watch AAA, you know, the AAA stuff and see what happens there.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Yeah, I'll probably try to catch some of that. It's on YouTube, so...
On YouTube. Yeah, to YouTube Live on AAA.
I'll be at a wedding, but I'll try to catch up afterwards.
They didn't hold back when they said that Chad Gable is fighting for the AAA championship. So, well, bye-bye, Alberto, because... Wow.
Literally.
Well,
they took it off of him.
They took it off of him, so there's our answer. Yep,
he's still signed, but he's still there. But
it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, we don't want you to be on the very first AAA event, basically. So, yeah, interesting. Yeah, R-Truth is gone, and Alberto's got a contract. We'll talk about that next time. But,
so,
yeah,
as of now.
Yeah, as of now. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, so y'all stay into it. So it's Friday, we got our Go Home SmackDown, and then we have AAA that's happening in the afternoon, and then Money in the Bank is happening that night. Can't wait to talk about all of this after Raw, which could be a very interesting, after our theory talk today, could be a very interesting result of that Raw. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they pull the trigger. But until then,
I will Venmo you $10 if that happens. That's what
ooh, man, I can get like a Big Mac with that.
A Big Mac, meal. Bro. $10,
like that's awesome.
Big Mac.
Yeah, come on.
Tim's like, dream bigger. Y'all. Get a double Big Mac.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Those things are expensive now. So, but hope y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all.